What are the flows right now showing us?
So we're really seeing a divergence in flow between onshore investors and offshore investors. And so if we look at the onshore market, mainland China has done phenomenally well this year. They've just surpassed 300 billion in assets under management, and year-to-date flows, they've got 42 billion. So this is a record number for them. China AMC CSI Science and Technology has seen inflows of more than 4 billion. Huatai Pine Bridge CSI 300 gathered more than 4 billion. And so we're really seeing a huge amount of inflows into China. We also have ETF Connect that celebrated their first birthday, and between northbound and southbound, we're seeing more than 14 billion of turnover. If we look offshore, though, we're seeing a very different picture. Offshore funds, on the other hand, has only seen 775 million of net new inflows. And so this is drastically smaller to where it was 3 years ago, where it got 45 billion of inflows. And looking at some of the large funds, so for instance, Hang Seng Enterprise has seen outflows of 800 million, while CraneShare China Internet, which is a flagship China fund for foreign investors, they've seen 2 billion of outflows from the peak in January. So it's really a very different picture between onshore investors as well as offshore.
Yeah, so how are foreign investors looking at China at the moment?
So I think one of the challenges for foreign investors that are looking to invest into China is that it's been a very difficult year. The MSCI China is down roughly 77%, CSI 300 is down 1%. And so a lot of the broad-based indices haven't performed. There's a lot of geopolitical tension, sluggish economic data, poor equity performance, and so investors are really looking to thematics, and that's potentially areas to grow. And in terms of the thematic sector, where funds can do well is really in not only in tech, but also what we found is if we look at all of the onshore ETFs in China, anime has really performed the best. And so the top 4 funds in China are anime and comic and games. And so this is really playing off the metaverse play. And so for instance, we have the Huatai Pine Bridge CSI anime and comic and game ETF that has performed 55% year to date, but it was actually more than 100% return in June. And then if we look at tech, we have the CSI Cloud Computing and Big Data, which is up 30%. And so there's lots of area of growth within China, but foreign investors really need to go beyond the broad base and look at thematics.